Okay, so I had been praying, and someone once told me that if you're praying for monetary reasons, that you pray to the Lord Jehovah Jireh about your finances. Now, I don't know how to say this, but the Lord also spoke to me about something. And I wanted to share this message to you that who are accumulating things of this world. We've all done it, so we're not going to sit here and point fingers at anybody. But he had showed me that the lost world is lost sometimes and most times of their own choosing. So whenever we talk about how to witness and share the love of Jesus Christ, we have to do it almost like the way I noticed how the Amish go about their business. They mind their own business. They don't go out there and preach and teach like blatantly out on the street. It's what I'm saying. When we go on video and we talk about the Lord, this is a real risky situation we're in because technology is not exactly a safe place for the crusade for Christians, let's just say. Okay. But I want to share with you that there was a time where, and I really made some changes in the last couple months. My heart is not in the same place with like the accumulation of things, as I would put it. But what I learned in this message, in the prayer that I received, is that God is not going to honor your prayers if your heart is on the fact that money is going to fix your problem. Like you can pray all day long about money being a financial transaction to fix it. It is the Lord God that comes first. It means that your relationship with God has to be intact. And a lot of people are fixated on their lives here, okay? When we should be looking to how God Himself is going to change the direction of our lives by His encounters here now. Now, how we do that is a spiritual peace that is beyond understanding. I didn't get that till just recently. And I used to think that why would God not do this? Why would God not do that? It was an immature relationship with God. And baby Christians get like this. Sometimes, maybe not all the time. I can't make that generalization. Please don't think that at all. Because there's a lot of people that have a good grip on this. And what I'm saying to you is, without making it too wordy, is that when you pray, you have to have a real strong faith that that your circumstances are in God's hands, and you have to have a firm faith that whatever it is that's taking place in your life is taking place on God's timetable, because really this world operates differently. And how I'm going to explain that is that God doesn't operate the way the world works. Like, I need a bag of groceries. I'm just giving you an example here first. But say I need a big bag of groceries for my, end of the month. Things are, really shaky at the end of the month for most people. I'm just giving you this example for a reason. But let's just say that grocery bag full of food, and I'm just praying for food. Maybe I get that food through the means of other people, but that's operating in the world, Okay. And I learned this over the course of this week, that sometimes what we do is we lie ourselves into situations and we don't operate out of God's will. If it's God's will, and I don't want to say if, it will be God's will to provide the finances, the means, the way to get things accomplished. Even if it means an airline ticket home from an Alice situation that maybe is so out of control that you can't get out of it, there will be means and ways that God will provide. Okay. There have been numerous situations that I have been put in that I did not see it coming when my engine fell out and I was just driving from Pennsylvania to Missouri, and a church picked up the tab to fix my engine that literally fell out of the Toyota. So it was God's hand involved because I didn't even have a chance to pray about it before the engine was even fixed. So it just goes to show you that God's hand moves very quickly. It's not like we have a waiting game or we have to sit there in the Wheel of Fortune or anything like that. But I just wanted to share this message because a lot of us are waiting on God, and we could be waiting for a while if we're in the world. See, it's often been told to me, like by what my very prophetic father said, is like one foot in the world and one foot in Jesus Christ. We have to have our feet firmly planted so that we can get this message, because we really need to have a firm foundation in Jesus Christ to really fully understand how prayer works, how the prayers get answered, how these things get done. If it's not in God's will, it's not going to get done the way we think it's going to get done. It's going to get done the way God does according to his will. So remember this. If you're counting on something to get done and you go about it the world's way, well, then that may be what ends up happening. It'll get done according to the world's way, but it may be, in this situation, it may take a little bit longer. But according to the Lord, like I said with the Toyota, it happened so fast I didn't even have time to pray about it. So that's my message for you, for those of you who are waiting on God to answer some prayers. And I hope that message gets through to you, that God does answer prayers.